Face that running up.
Good evening, Warband. It is your boy, Sir Yeetus. Welcome to episode 148 of Yeetus' Thoughts. And I made this live stream probably like a couple hours ago because I made a meme this morning about, you know, women these days, especially modern women, they're pretty much carbon copies of each other. And if you deal with women long enough, gentlemen, as you get older, you can literally see that they're not that much different whatsoever. Because at the end of the day, female nature is female nature, and there was a good amount of people that either didn't get the meme, like the meme just went right over their heads, or I was just being some crazy, fucking misogynist guy that is trying to say all women are the same and blah blah blah. Yes, in my opinion, yes, all women are the same when it comes to the female nature, and that was the point I was trying to get across. But I guess a lot of newbies or you know a good amount of liberals or whatever, I attracted a good amount of them today. So I'm definitely going to address that aspect. Second, unfortunately, the Great Ghost is unable to join us because he said he will be taking a break. He had a very long day today, and right now he's trying to chill, and I can respect that. I'm sure that you guys can respect it as well. So it's just going to be me solo. So definitely expect call-ins this live stream, because I'm sure you guys will want to hear me ramble the entire time. And then on top of that, if you guys were awake last night, I was speaking a little bit about the hope factor that a lot of men have. The hope factor that the woman that he's with is not is the special one. It's the one that's actually loyal out there, the one that's actually ride or die, the one that will stick by his side and make sure that everything is good. She's the one that's the exception to the overall philosophy that Red Pill or MGTOW talks about. That hopeful factor 2022 is a very dangerous mindset to have, in my opinion. Once again, I'm not saying you can't have companionship or any type of relationship with a woman, but at the end of the day, you still need to be wary about the consequences that comes behind it. Don't be an idiot and throw that mindset out the window. Like a couple of people for the last 8 9 years that was in this space, OG Red Pill or OG MGTOW creators. As soon as they get a girlfriend, as soon as they get puniti, whatever it is, it's literally fucking like balls to the wall. They forget everything what they were talking about, and they will completely turn their backs on the very people that he was associated with. As soon as he gets that blowjob, as soon as he gets that taste, that taste of a female body, or hopefully having some type of companionship, all of a sudden, what we're saying is a bunch of lies, and it doesn't make any sense. So that's also what I'm going to be addressing today, because that type of mindset in today's society, in this day and age, is very dangerous, and you're gonna not just shoot yourself in the foot, you're gonna fucking shoot an RPG at your foot, and you'll be obliterated. That's the type of danger that, that I'm speaking on. But at the end of the day, gentlemen, at the end of the day, yeah, I know there's exceptions to the rules, exception to this, but I'm not speaking about exceptions. I'm speaking about the majority, right? Because the exception does not make the rules for the majority. And that's what a lot of people tend to forget. That's what a lot of people tend to forget, especially when these very same men that teaches the exact same thing that I teach, as soon as a girl's hand brushes their arm, oh, I was wrong this entire time. I got brainwashed. Oh my god, how wrong was I all this time? Oh, they got me. Okay, Red Pill and MGTOW or whatever group it is, they're all cultists. They don't know what they're talking about. They just can't get bitches. I had a woman able to touch my arm. Okay, so I'm not a quote unquote incel anymore. The rest of you guys, you're a bunch of incels. And I will defend this woman to the death. I will die on this hill. Okay, if you try to call out a woman's bad behavior and decisions, I'm a white knight for her immediately. I'm like, weren't you just boasting that you were red pill wear and you were all for MGTOW and stuff? But as soon as you get some type of contact with a woman, it just gone. Like everything you learned is just flushed down the drain. That's what I mean, gentlemen. It's not just a hopeful factor, right? It's when men they think with their little head a lot more than with their big head, right? That's I wouldn't really blame them completely because once again, that's a man's biological imperative to spread his seed far and wide. But you can't be that down bad to the point where you will literally turn your back on the very people that you were associating and you were learning and you were teaching the female nature. You know about the female nature, but yet you decide to be a full blown out Judas and talk shit about the very same group of people that you associated with yourself the day before. It's crazy, gentlemen. It's crazy. But let me read these comments right quick before I continue. All right. Congrats on the 10K. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I worked very hard for it. And at the moment, uh, I talked to a lot of people on why everybody's views are going down. Turns out that YouTube they changed the algorithm completely. Like everything got changed. I'm pretty sure they're trying to copy TikTok at this point. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. That's why you know what was working before isn't working now for a lot of creators, not just me. A lot of views are going down. So based on that aspect, from 10K to 20,000 subscribers, I'm probably going to be changing it up when it comes to content. Just to forewarn you guys, right? I'm not going to change the information itself, but how I put out the information, it may change in the future. Because once again, at the end of the day, I want my content to reach far and wide into social media, reach as many young men or uh, any men, as much men as I can fucking reach. Doesn't matter the age or the background. I want them to listen to what I have to say, and then they can form their own opinion off of that. So, expect some changes. Expect some changes when it comes to how I put out my content. Pretty much the format. Um, Let me see. Minnesota Jude. Women won't fight for fair laws. They have the upper hand. No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't whatsoever. And this is what I'm talking about when it comes to carbon copies of each other. There's a reason why AWOL is a popular saying within this space. Because, gentlemen, I'm sure you heard the famous words. I'm pretty sure Martin Luther King said it, right? Like silence is compliance. Silence is compliance. And that's why, we have a big issues when it comes to the quote unquote chat thoughts. How can you say, oh yeah, I want to be traditional again. I want to do this. I want to do that, blah, blah, blah. But you're silent as hell when it comes to the unfair justice system when it comes to marriage laws and child support and all that stuff. When we reach that avenue, all of a sudden they're quiet, silence, nada. Go to any female quote unquote red pill content creator and look at their content. Do they truly call out the system when it comes to extorting men out of their resources and finances? No. No, and please let me know who does besides Roma Army. Roma Army, she regurgitates so many fucking things. She's already been called out as a chameleon, so that's not surprising. Besides Roma Army, who truly speaks out, truly speaks against the very system that they can extort, right? Whether they're trad thought or not, right? Whether they're hardcore radical feminists or they claim to be that stay at home, I'm gonna make you a sandwich woman. Either woman can still take advantage of a man and drag him through the divorce and family courts. So that's why we say AWOL. And on top of that, when women say, "Oh yeah, I'll be a stay-at-home wife, I'll do the," no, no, they're doing that because they're trying to get the bag. They're trying to sink their talons into you, right? The leeches. If they truly, truly are for men's rights or truly trying to make sure that men aren't being mistreated, they will not be on social media right now, pretty much copying what the manosphere is doing. They will not be doing that. In fact, they should be going to the family courthouses and divorce courthouses and start protesting from the buildings, saying, "Hey, men men should have more fair laws." Right? Instead of coming up on here and trying to take advantage of men, grifting pretty much, so all these men can donate money to these female quote unquote red pill creators just because she shows a little cleavage. No, no, because women, they say they have the power. They say that, oh, women have a lot more say in this society. Why won't they actually put it in a good use and actually go after the system itself? Because once again, doesn't matter what background she is, doesn't matter who she's affiliated with. Right now, uh, any woman can take advantage of the system. Go ahead and talk to a conservative woman. Go ahead and talk to her about, hey, the unjust child support and alimony and marriage laws in general. Tell her that it is unfair to men, and watch her hesitate to agree. Watch her hesitate, or watch her not say anything at all, or she will out herself and say, "Hey, no, there's nothing wrong with the divorce and family courts." It's crazy, gentlemen. It's crazy out here, and a lot of women, in my opinion. That's why I say they're carbon copies of each other. Carbon copies, and we can literally see right through them in 2022. They can't hide their opportunistic nature forever. Okay, especially when it comes to resources. Once again, women, they look for resources hardcore, and it doesn't matter how much money she makes. She wants more. She wants more. She wants more. Majority of men can easily be content if he reaches to a high enough level. He could be like, you know what? Okay, I'm cool where I'm at. I'm chilling. I'm making six figures now. I'll be able to save up for retirement and just buy the necessities and just relax, have a good time. No, no, no. Majority of women, they want more, they want more, and they want more. How could they get more without lifting a finger? Marriage laws, child support system, all that other nonsense. But let me read these comments. Do 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 do. Minnesota Jude, yes, yes. Thank you for bringing that up. They are the biggest fucking grifting. They're the biggest grifters since Cuck Murphy. All right, and Cuck Murphy, I believe, is the biggest grifter of them all. Even worse than Roma Army, because ain't no fucking way you can claim that you're masculine. I'm 6'4", 300 pounds. Ooh, look at me, look at my beard, and then you are outed as a person that lets your wife or girlfriend have sex with other men, especially Matt from Tinder. And then it gets even worse where on a private site, he's shoving stuff up his butt. So like I believe that Cug Murphy is the biggest grifter of them all. And what I'm saying is facts. I'm not even talking shit. And everything I'm saying right now is facts when it comes to Cug Murphy. He got outed. But when it comes to the female life coaches, agreed, agreed. They want to feed women lies, and also they want to feed men lies about, oh, you guys need to get together. Love is beautiful. Yes, it's a magical moment. Go ahead and get together. Go ahead and buy my book. Okay, buy my book and make sure you take my marriage course online for a measly payment of $1,000. Go ahead, please. Please go ahead, put the ring on. They always want to say the great things about getting married, especially to a man, right? Why are you so afraid of? Go ahead and get married. There's a good woman out there. You just not searching hard enough. But they always want to keep quiet about any woman in the West that is married has a capability of ruining your life financially, especially at any time. I repeat, any woman in the West that is married has a capability to ruin a man's life, especially financially at any time. The rare exceptions, right? Because I know people want to know the exceptions. The rare exceptions where it's the opposite is uh if the woman's making more than a man. And that is a very, very minuscule situation, right? Because that mainly happens among female celebrities, right? Female singers, female actors. Because more likely than not, their boyfriends or their husbands or whatever, they're not making shit compared to a celebrity, right? The two most famous cases is Adele and Holly Berry, where they have to actually pay the man. But how rare is that really compared to the marriages throughout the nation? It is as rare as discovering dark matter. It is beyond rare. So I don't want to hear that nonsense. Oh, but women could be providers. Yeah, they could, but they choose not to. They could, but they don't want to. So when I say this nonsense of uh, women are carbon copies of each other, this is another example, right? The female life coaches that believes that, oh, things are different. No, no. Trad thoughts are coming out of nowhere. Oh wait, I could definitely be a good wife. No. Or the radical feminists. Oh, you piece of trash. You man is shit. You man is that. Blah blah blah. Gentlemen, and a couple ladies, because I think I saw a couple ladies, a couple of you guys in there. You need to understand. When I say carbon copies each other, I'm not saying on some DNA weird shit, right? Because that's what one of my haters said on the comments today. No, it's not about looking alike or whatever. No, it's about the behavior itself. This is why we teach the female nature. This is why we want you guys to take your daily dose of red pills, because eventually, as time goes on, and more women that you associate yourself with, you'll be able to see that clear pattern amongst all of them, regardless of the age, the background, or what type of ideology they believe in. She could be a whole 304, or she can be going to church 3 times a week. They all think in a very similar manner to the point where it is going to be so easy to spot their female nature. I miss a good amount of. Hold on, give me a second. Let me read these comments. Sir Yeetus won't be silent. He won't divorce you or hit you up for child support. A crib keeper will show for you. Oh shit. Thank you, Brandon. I know you love making jokes. Solar Wolf, what's going on, man? Welcome back. Chameleons everywhere as far as the eyes can see. These 304s. So only care about that sip money and still use society and laws for their own benefit. Agreed. Agreed. This is what I'm trying to say, gentlemen. This is what I'm trying to say. At the end of the day, Western women, at least, right? Because we don't want to go around the world, but let's say Western women, they want their cake and eat it too. They want their cake and eat it too. Whether they do it early in life or they do it when they're in their twilight years, such as in their 40s or 50s or whatever. Because, like I said before, you can marry. She could have been a 304 in the past, slept with 100 dudes, and she would definitely keep her mouth shut and hope that you would never find out. And if you never find out, she will take that secret to the grave. Or she could marry you, right? Because she came from a traditional family, or she claims to be a, I don't know, born again virgin or some type of holy shit. And then you marry her. It can be 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 years. Hell, or on a very rare occasion, 77 years of marriage can come crumbling down. Because once again, a woman can divorce you at any time. She can divorce you at any time in the West. So it's either she's going to be doing her 304 early, or she's going to be doing her 304 nonsense later. There's no in between. Because the number one reason for divorce in the United States is for financial means. Financial. And she knows that she can get away with it. She knows with the help of the state, she can extort you out of the resources that she most likely never even helped get, right? And if she did had a job, I guarantee you were making way more than she does. Because why? What do women look for? A man that pretty much makes more than her. So yeah, you gotta think on that, gentlemen. Okay. Brand True Blood. Women have groupthink. Yep. Pretty much the hive mind mentality. And gender bias has 4 point times stronger, higher than men. They will stick together and you are the target. I agree 1,000,000%. I agree. Okay. Once again, women are more collectivism, men, individualism. Men, we are way less likely to conform to somebody else's ideas just because we want to be accepted. No, no. In fact, I'm sure you gentlemen have a group of friends that has various opinions and various ideas when it comes to various subjects. We all uh, uh, are less likely to be like, oh, okay, you're right, blah, blah. No, we are very direct when it comes to ideas, and we will confront your ideas if need be, and then hash things out. When, hey, if the leader of her pack says, oh, yeah, men ain't shit, the rest of them will follow through, even if they don't believe it themselves. That is how it works. It's crazy. Um, Corona Lime, a never go swimming where other men have drowned. Agreed. Agreed. Why will you go up to a cliff and you see, a dangerous lake, right? Or you're at the coast and you see 80 out of 100 men drown. All right. No sane man is to be like, okay, you know what? Let me go ahead and give it a shot. Let me go ahead and swan dive into that bitch. No sane man would do that. So I agree. Do. Aerodynamic. Did anyone watch Mr. Obvious video of women being 600% more likely to be hired than a man for a job? Not surprising, especially when it comes to the comfortable jobs, right? The corporate jobs. I'm not surprised whatsoever. I'm not surprised. And plus, I'm sure they wouldn't want a man, especially a straight man, to be involved in anything that would disrupt the narrative. And if you guys know about the narrative, you know what I'm talking about, right? The pretty much the brainwashing of the youth of various things. And straight men being there is just going to destroy the entire thing. So unless they'll be more likely to hire you if you were a man that's part of the LGBT community. But if you're a straight man, forget about it, right? You will definitely. That's why a lot of men in general, unless you're doing STEM in college, a lot of men in general are dropping out at a fast rate and much rather work a blue collar job. And a blue collar job is not bad either because A, that man is most likely single anyway, or B, depending on which blue collar job, that job can still pay a good amount of money. So, and you don't have to go through 4 years and get stuck with hundreds of thousands of dollars of student loan debt. You just have to go through training, get certified, and I say around 6 months on average. 6 months on average or less, you'll be fully qualified to do the job and get paid good money for it. Yeah. Uh, I fan, if I said it right. Not to mention with the states that have common law marriage, all she has to do is spend a little time with you. Agreed. Agreed. And you notice how sneaky they get when they try to move inside your house. You notice how sneaky they get, because especially when I was still out there dating and stuff, right, out and about, just seeing what's going on out there. When you talk to a chick for at least a couple weeks or 3 weeks, I'm sure you guys notice the more things that she leaves behind, right? And I'm like, hey, hold up, wait a minute. I don't got a blue toothbrush. Whose toothbrush is this? And then you notice that when she comes by, especially when it comes to taking a shower, she starts leaving her makeup, her shampoo, her clothes, and just gets crazier and crazier until she pretty much moved in. You're like, fuck. Oh shit. All right, let me keep going because you guys are going in when it comes to the comments. Woo. Okay, let me go to Brandon. Brand True Blood, once again, red pill knowledge will save you time, money, heartache, and depression. So Yeetus will give you your daily dose of red pills. Yeah. And once again, you don't have to agree with everything that I have to say. You don't have to agree with anybody that has to say, right? Just because I'm spewing things about the red pill doesn't mean you have to agree. It's all good. It's fine in the neighborhood. You are your own man. You have your own mind. You have your own opinion. But at the same time, I'm not going to feel bad whatsoever. In fact, I will probably be drinking and laughing outside the courthouse after she's done dragging your ass back and forth. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real. Because I'm like, oh, hey, man, you were on that hopeful, that hope mentality, you know? You were thinking on possibility. You weren't doing probability, right? You were thinking you were thinking with that little head. You weren't making your calculations of whether this is a good risk or not. Nope. You just jumped right into it, thought that she was a unicorn, and then that very same unicorn impaled you in the chest and pretty much stole your wallet. Let me see. Solo Wolf. I remember back in the 70s where pack teenage 304s falsely accused a mental uh, retarded man because they thought it would be funny, and that guy went to jail. There is nothing new under the sun. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. A famous case of a person getting falsely accused for something that he didn't do is Emmett Till. If you guys know a little bit about Black history, Emmett Till was falsely accused by a woman, right? She's a white woman, but it's woman nonetheless. A teenager got accused, saying that this black teenager whistled at her, whistled in a flirtatious manner. And her accusation alone got that boy brutally beaten, stabbed, killed. I think set on fire, but that the teenager died a horrible death just off of her false allegations. How do you know it's a false allegation, Sir Yeetus? Because at the end of her life, she admitted that she lied. Ain't that some shit, right? But believe all women. Believe all women, guys. Am I right? We gotta believe all women. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Bullshit. Do 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 do. Joshua, I did not have time to hear that song. Not whatsoever. My bad. I pretty much passed out after the stream. I pretty much fell asleep last night after that late night chat we had. But I'm telling you, next stream, I'll let you know your thoughts. And if the song is that good, I'll make a video. Because if it does have a shit ton of red pill knowledge, I gotta make content off of that. It will be great. It'll be a great thing for people to hear as well, right? All right, let me keep going. All right, let's read this. Jiraiya, what's going on, man? Uh, uh, he says, I'm a STEM program for college, and I talk to women in my program, and they can't even write a simple program or answer a simple question. The future is female. Yeah, right. No, no, I completely agree. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm not. Hey, I'm not saying that, women are stupid and there's no way they can do STEM. No, there are women that can do STEM. It's just a very, 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 very small percentage. Majority of STEM jobs are still men, and not once we like, oh, you a girl, go away. How dare you be in STEM? No, okay. Plenty of women had decades. I forgot how far back until women were allowed to go to school, go to college. They had decades and plenty of chances to go and do STEM, especially the last 30 years. Why is majority of it still men? Because they choose not to do it. They want the easier, comfortable, more social jobs. See, and that's a disconnect. They want more pay for a mediocre job. I repeat, they want more pay to the point where they want equal pay to almost six figures for a mediocre job, such as a CNA or fucking preschool teacher. Nah, that's not how life works. If you want more money, you put in more effort. Do 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 do. Uh, Goshawk. I said Goshawk because I see a hawk in your profile pic. Chicks in STEM have high testosterone. Uh, mm, a good amount of them, but not all of them. A good amount of them, but not all of them. I see what you're talking about. Because once again, in order to be in these type of fields in the first place, such as STEM or business or entrepreneurship, women and they have no choice but to adapt a lot of masculine traits. That's complete facts. They have to adapt masculine traits. That's how they're able to move up the ladder, move up the ranks, and get to a high level position. They have no choice but to be masculine in various areas, which in turn kind of screws them over in the long run if they're looking for uh, a masculine man for a relationship long term. Do. Hey, Evil Herman, what's going on, man? Just chilling, guys. Going to hit the gym in 30 minutes. What are you gonna be working on? Let me know. What are you gonna be working on? Do. Bam. Let me address this. Andrew King. From my school experience, every time we did group projects, I recall all the girls never doing anything to help, but still want to get full grade like the guys that did the work. Agreed, a million percent. There is no fucking question about it. None. Especially the women uh, that has pretty privilege, right? Even if it's an all girl group, it's usually the pretty privileged girls that doesn't want to lift a finger, right? Because she never had to lift a finger in her life. But let's go back to the you know, let's say it was three guys and two girls. Literally, the girls will make up the most fucked up excuses, stupid excuses as well, in order to not do the work. Literally, at the last second. At the last second, let's say the project is due at midnight, and they still haven't done anything. She's willing to throw everybody under the bus so she doesn't have to lift a finger, right? And she knows that you guys don't want to fail. You don't want to fail that project, but she's willing to sit there, fucking, uh, look at her nails and shit, knowing that you're gonna do it because you don't want to fail. So now all the guys have to get together and devise a new plan in order to finish that project, which kind of makes a lot of men jaded when they're young. you know, I'm like, oh, shit, I don't really want to work with women like that in the future. And there's still women like that till this day, especially in a male dominated job. Just because they're in a male dominated space, male dominated occupation, they only required to do the fraction of the work because they're a woman. And there's a lot of simps that let that happen. A lot of simps that let these women chat it up in the corner, having a great time, sipping on the ice cold drink, while the rest of the guys are dying out there, earning their pay. And at the end of the day, she gets paid similar or the same as the men that are pretty much breaking their backs out there. I'm sure you guys agree. Aerodynamic. Women get so mad when I don't help them at work. They go snitch to the manager, but the manager knows I'm a hard worker, so they don't bother me. See, okay, when it comes to this, remember, gentlemen, when it comes to women, they they only want help if it doesn't contribute to their narrative, right? So let's say if the boss is coming through and you're trying to help her or you're trying to explain, then she becomes all macho and I could do this myself. Well, just because I'm a woman, but as soon as the boss or whoever it is that's important is nowhere to be found, all of a sudden she's a damsel of distress. And she needs big, strong, burly men to come save the day. Do. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Oh, and before I continue, if you want to support your boy Sir Yeetus and the Warband, okay, any donations are appreciated. The two links on top of the chat, Cash App or PayPal. All right. If you just want to donate or you have a question, whatever it is, you can go ahead and send it to those two links because that money goes directly to me. Or you can do super chat or super thanks. Once again, any donation is appreciated. If you can't donate, I don't really care, right? It's up to you if you want to donate. Just sit back, relax, enjoy your drinks, and enjoy my ramblings. So let's continue. Do. Bam. Joshua, the point is to all men. I knew it. I sensed that Under Chronicle was going to be coming soon. I sensed it. I sensed it. uh, the point is to all men in this chat, know that you're worth it. So freaking act like it, and never let it be a question or doubt in your head. Agreed. Completely agree. Yep. There goes Lil Kush invading the stream once again because that's what he does. That's what he do. He's like the Spanish Inquisition, You never expect the Spanish Inquisition. You never do. Where is it? Eva Herman, what's your favorite workout split? Well, I will say, I will say back, tries, and chest. Yeah. I'll say those three. Even though it's usually two, I'll say backs, triceps, and chest. Those are my favorite things to work out for the day because there's a lot of exercises that incorporates, two of them or all of them. It'll be easy to stimulate the muscles. Do. All right, bam. All right, Brandon Trueblood, once again, Women I have worked with have been utterly useless, but they all got awards and accolades praising them for their great contributions. Pathetic. Uh, Brandon, if you're talking about the military, don't don't let me get started on the military. Jesus Christ! But I believe me, I know how it feels. I know how it feels. Um, all right. So when it comes to that aspect, gentlemen, when it comes to dealing with the carbon copy of modern women, right? Because once again, social media is exploding. It's still exploding all these years. Ever since 2005, when MySpace got popular, social media is still getting popular. And guess who's very social? And guess who is very easily influenced when it comes to the trends or mindsets? Women. So that also kind of proves my point that literally majority of women out there will be doing similar or the exact same thing, whether it's their behavior, whether it's their opinions, whatever it is, whatever it is. Like you saw how crazy shit got when that WAP song from Cardi B came out. All women from all backgrounds, all avenues in the West was doing all that crazy Jezebel dancing and shit. Hell, it was even happening in weddings. Weddings. Weddings, they were dancing to that song in front of family and friends. Yes, provocative dancing in in a bride's dress, provocative dancing in front of friends and family. Oh, let's not forget about children. So that what I'm trying to say is that's one of many examples of today's women are pretty much carbon copies of themselves. You can easily tell what a type of person, a woman or you can tell what kind of women that they're hanging around. You can tell what they believe in. All you got to hear is one person, right? If there's a group of women that are friends, and one person is like, "Oh yeah, you know, it's a patriarchy." Just bet 9 times out of 10, all the women will agree, right? Whether it's a hive mind mentality or they're just afraid to question the top female dog, right? Because once again, in almost every group, there's a leader of the pack. But men, we are way more likely to say otherwise, you know, unless, you know, that person is paying us, you know, that, you know, getting that good money. But even then, men will eventually draw a line if they don't believe in something or they believe something's not right. Eventually, a man will draw a line. There is no line whatsoever when it comes to a group of women. One agree, they all agree, and they go about their merry way. Even if they don't believe the bullshit, they all agree, right? Because it's all about how they feel. It's all about validating their feelings. It's not about being right or wrong whatsoever. That 20th century guy. Oh, society's definitely doomed. There is no coming back from what's going on. Because once again, gentlemen, I explained last night. This city girl mentality, this hot girl summer mentality, this you know the WAP mentality, right? Wet ass puniti has been seeping in deep in all avenues of society. The fact that you have a state governor from Rhode Island twerking on a handstand for votes, that's all the proof you need that we're pretty much fucked. Let me see. Steve Sanchez, I never met a chick that doesn't listen to Cardi B. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Literally, uh, young women, older women, even elderly women were dancing to that WAP song. That's how psycho shit is getting. Uh, I fan. Sir Yeetus, did you hear about AOC pretending she got arrested? Yes, I watched the quartering. I did. I just hear about that. And did you see the smug look she had across her face? Woman manipulation at its finest. This is why I say all the time, 24/7, that believe all women shit is fucking bullshit. It's bullshit. Get that shit out of your fucking mind. Because that's what society wants you to do, is believe all women. Okay. So women can cause even more chaos throughout society and run amok. Run amok. And on top of that, when has an AOC not lied? Like, she's a compulsive liar, and somehow, she keeps getting away with it. Nobody's holding her accountable. Oh, I see why. Because she's a, a woman with an ethnic background that's a Democrat and is holding position in power in Congress. Maybe that's why. But at the end of the day, I'm sick and tired of that bullshit. Well, believe all women, believe all women. You and me both, gentlemen, knows that women will ruin men's lives, not because out of spite, not because she's sad over a breakup. She will literally do it just because, right? She will literally ruin a man's life off of false allegations because it is amusing to her. She's doing that shit out of amusement. Pretty much because she's bored. Bam. Dax Dog, I don't know what's sadder about that Turkish senator. The fact that it's allowed to happen or that people actually going to vote for her. Oh, I don't know what's sad. I really don't know. Because I'm tired of the excuse. Oh, but she has her day off. She was on her day off. What do you mean? Well, you telling me she can't have fun? If you are a public official, especially a government official, you are supposed to hold yourself to a higher standard. All right, because you're representing a community, representing a state, and you're here talking about, oh yeah, I get to twerk all my money. You can't stop me. You can't tell me what to do. Fuck you, conservative haters. Oh, blah blah blah. Okay, so now who's going to take you seriously as a leader? Who's really going to take you seriously? And that shit you did literally sent women back even more, because that pretty much proves the conservatives' point. You have no morals, you have no ethics, you have no values, and if you do, you have shitty values. If that woman honestly thought that twerking and putting it on social media was going to be okay as a government official, she is out of her goddamn mind. Which one's this? Uh, oh, we are so fucked. I agree with Brother Yeetus. I see it while I'm driving on the highway to customer stops as a CDL driver. All you have to do is look around. I honestly know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. It's going to get so much worse. But unfortunately for today's women, when things do collapse, men have proof. Men have physical proof of the fuckery that women has been doing for the last 60 years. Men these days won't be as forgiving as in the past. Because now the fact that modern women are bold enough to air out their atrocities on the internet where millions of people can see, they're that bold enough. Okay, it's cool. We don't forget. We're not going to forget. Do 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 do. Jiraiya, let's be honest, bro. Sir Yeetus' skeleton Shalom wants AOC's big Latina booty. Nah, I'm good. I'm okay. I have standards. I'm not gonna be dealing with a compulsive lying bitch that's willing to go as far as to pretend to get arrested to incite violence and put up a false narrative. Remember, gentlemen, she's willing to do that on the literally as a congresswoman, and she's willing to do that. She will have no limitations of what she can do to your life when it comes to false accusations. So, no, thank you. Bam. Eva Herman, what do you think is going to be like when Gen Z is old enough to be in power? I think, personally, I don't think we want to get that far. I personally don't believe we'll get far enough to the point where Gen Z will start holding political office. I'm gonna keep it real. I just can't think that far in the future. That's how little faith I have with what's going on in society. Bam. Jiraiya, Sir Yeetus, this is why I am forever grateful for social media. Despite its various and many flaws, it has shown women's disgusting personality and who they really are. They have red-pilled an entire generation. Agreed. Agreed. And I definitely do blame all the mega simps in the past that allowed all this to happen. I blame them hardcore. Because how can you get so progressive, so empowered, so sexually liberated that you go back into square one of treating yourself as a sexual object? That's how bold they are, gentlemen. That's how bold. They don't give a fuck about no morals or ethics or nothing. They're just gonna do whatever they feels like is good, and they're gonna run with it because their mentality is, who's gonna stop me? That's the state of modern women these days. They're gonna run amok, do what they want, do whatever they please, ruin as many lives as possible, throw as many people on the bus, because their mentality is, who is going to stop me? Eva Herman, thank you for the generous $2 donation. Big booty Latin, what? I don't even know how to say that word. I've been saying that word around, but I don't even know how to say it. Yes, yes, big booty Latinas are the shit. It's just that ain't no way in hell I'll get within 100 yards of AOC. Hell no. Ugh, gross. But speaking of donations, once again, before I start call-ins, if you want to support your boy Sir Yeetus, the best possible way to donate is the 2 links on top of the chat, Cash App or PayPal, because the money goes directly to me. But you can also do what Eva Herman just did, and you can do Super Chat or you can do a Super Thanks. Regardless, I appreciate everybody's donation, all right? The Warband has been very generous when it comes to investing into this channel and the Warband in general. So, but if you cannot donate, once again, it's whatever. It's your choice to donate. I'm not here to force you or make you feel guilty. Just go ahead and continue and learn some gems from me. All right, I'm gonna start these call-ins right quick. See what you guys got to say. Pretty sure. Yep, that's the right one. Okay. All right, I'm putting in the links. So if you want to call in and talk about the situation, let me know. All right, I got one. Anybody else wants to join, be my guest if you want to talk about this topic. All right, let me, okay, here we go. Jack the Dog, what's going on, man?
Pooh, Neety, Yeetus, how you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing phenomenal. You?
Man, I don't know if you remember me mentioning. I had kind of a wacky night a couple nights ago, and I'm actually still recovering from it too. But I'm all right, man.
Oh yeah, I do remember in the comments.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, I know how that feels. I definitely know. But uh when it comes to women being pretty much carbon copies of each other in the West, or a man's downfall when it comes to the hope factor, what do you have to say about that?
110% agree. It's and a lot of this is stuff that I've noticed even before I've gotten into, because I've only been following red pill content such as yourself for like not even 3 years now. It's only been a handful of years, and I've been noticing this stuff through my own personal ventures and experience with women and their nature. I mean, I've been in several relationships. I've had several flings going. I've talked to, been in bed with plenty of women, dude. I know them all up and down, left and right, every direction of the compass at this point, my man. And what you're saying is 100% truth. And it's actually starting to scare me, the direction that society is going today, because even just like, say, 4 or 5 years ago, things were not nearly the same as they are like today in 2022. Oh man.
Oh, agreed. Definitely not as bad whatsoever. It's getting out, like, compared to 10 years ago to now. I'm telling you, people would think that I lost my mind if I traveled in the past and tell them what's going on. They're like, "Bro, you are crazy. You speaking crazy." That's how insane society is getting.
Oh yeah, they'd look at me like I was wearing my pants on my head and a hat on my ass, dude. It's
Man, I do not blame you whatsoever. And people want to say, "Oh, so you're wrong. You know what you're talking about." Blah blah blah. You know, goddamn real. You know I'm right. You just don't want me to hold the mirror in front of your face, especially in front of society, and show how much of a clown world we're in right now. They don't want that. They don't want to look themselves in the mirror. Accountability, right?
okay. That, and a lot of these people are simps. I mean, unfortunately, simping is still a very prominent thing today, and it's still one of the main. It's the biggest thing that's propping up women in today's society is all the simps who just defend this shit and act like there's nothing wrong with it.
It's they're just that. And me, I say they're just it's out of desperation, and this is what they've been taught to do throughout the generations of single mothers we've been having lately, right? They only got good advice from a woman, right? Which makes no fucking sense. Like, I'm gonna use Patrice O'Neal's quote, like, "You're not gonna ask a fish how to catch a fish."
My man.
You ask a fish, okay? Like, come on, how you really gonna? That's why I'm kind of glad I ignored my mom's advice for the most part, because I'm like, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Especially when I got burned when I was 18. It's game over. Only listen to my dad, because only he knew what the fuck he was talking about, right? Because why? He's a man. I'm a man. We can actually have a man conversation about the truth, right? Treat her like a queen. Treat her like this. Treat her like that. Women say that. Women and simps say that, right? Because Dax, I don't know about you, but I had male family members that's been divorced on multiple occasions, but still wants you to get married. I'm like, are you stupid or are you dumb? I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
dumb.
yeah. No, no. I mean, I've definitely witnessed male family members get their asses handed to them by divorces. Now, none of them have personally recommended I get married, and it's funny what you say, like taking advice from men. It's like that's one of the reasons why I love this sphere of common interests, where gentlemen such as ourselves can come together and actually discuss these things, because we need to be spreading this knowledge to as many men, especially younger men, as much as we can, like like spanning as far and wide as we can, because the more brothers we wake up, and the more truth bombs we drop, I think the better we'll be able to recover when, and I guess if, whatever the hell happens down the road. Because I'm right there in the boat with you. I don't see very good times coming ahead for us in the coming years. So it's good that we can at least still talk, and amongst each other as men, because I admittedly I've received some pretty terrible advice, especially from women. There was a phase where I will admit I was blue pilled as fuck. There was a phase where I was simping. I was simping hard, and this wasn't even too long ago. It wasn't until I've gone through my relationships. I've been burned plenty of fucking times, and I've learned all this personally. It's just like you got to realize what the fucking truth is, man. You can't just keep deluding yourself and believing all this bullshit. You have to know where to draw the fucking line. And so that's why, I love being part of this. I appreciate you just having me on, man.
Oh, no problem, man. I agree with everything you just said. It's like the definition of insanity. You do the same thing over and over and over, and you expect the results to change.
Yep, precisely.
Yes. But anything else for the Warband before I let you go?
Not a whole lot, man. Good stream as always. Appreciate you having me on as always, and keep spreading that word, man. I know you burn green, but you're dropping blood red pills, my man.
Oh yeah, that's why Susan is fucking over my channel right now when it comes to views. He's like, oh, he's too powerful to be left on this platform, and we need to get rid of him.
Fuck Susan, you racist land whale.
But hey, man, thanks you for joining again. Puniti.
Puniti Yeetus, bro.
So I'm gonna add Brandon True Blood. What's going on? Puniti, and I'm also going to add Hermit. What's going on, man?
Yo, what's up?
I'm gonna let Brandon go first, and I'm gonna let you go, Hermit.
All right.
So Brandon, when it comes to the topic, or when it comes to anything we talked about, do you have anything to say?
It's very, very important we focus on this topic, and that we keep this topic in our minds, because I've seen here lately some brothers who know better starting to simp for female content creators that are rubbing them just the right way, scratching their bellies, making them feel good about themselves. And I've had other content creators who are afraid to even challenge this female content creator because they think they'll be destroyed. I did one stream on that a couple of days ago. I'm doing another stream on it tonight. Some pretty big names are afraid to challenge this person, and we cannot allow these chameleons to take over the manosphere. We do not want to become like, we don't want to become like the men's rights activists. And that goes for everyday life as well as, here in our own men's spaces.
I completely agree.
This, I'm loving what you're saying today. It's great stuff. Great stuff.
Yeah, man, it's no joke lately. It's no joke whatsoever. And I spoke on this last night because I was up at midnight or whatever. It's just crazy how as soon as we get something established, as soon as a group of men like, okay, hey, we got our philosophies going, we got our connections, we got everything, we're able to talk to each other as a community, a group of men, and you can actually get legit advice from other men to navigate through this society and through life in general. Then bam, infiltrated, like fucking manosphere, red pill spies, like, oh, she looks cute, oh, what's going on? And she stabs you in the fucking neck. That's pretty much what's going on right now.
That is what's going on right now. It definitely is. And it's not, it's coming at you, even the ones that you think are respectful, even the ones you think are really on your side are not. Because the big content creator I'm talking about is Good Mother. And I've had 11 guys in the last 5 days talking on Discord behind the scenes, I'm not going to mention their names, about how she's getting real in there and she's bullying people these days. And we got to put an end to that. We got to gatekeep this shit.
Yeah, see, gentlemen,
Because there's people that are afraid of her. On my channel, I don't let any females on. If you're female, you get in my chat, you're fucking deleted.
Agreed, because
but that's just me.
Gentlemen, they can come in, they can say the piece or two, but that's pretty much it. It shouldn't get that far It shouldn't get that far to the point where they believe they are part of the manosphere and they can say what they please and nobody can tell them no and what they're saying is correct. No.
Yeah.
They can look from the outside in, but they're not truly part of the manosphere, aka manosphere. Emphasis on manosphere.
Yep.
How are they gonna truly speak about something? How are they truly going to speak about something they never truly went through? How are they going to speak on that? It's like me saying, "Oh man, it's so hard for me to be an Apache helicopter." Like what? You're not an Apache helicopter. What are you talking about? You don't understand, okay? You don't understand where I'm coming from, all right? Because with my definition, how I feel about things, like you were never an Apache helicopter. What are you talking about?
See, if they're just watching and not causing problems, I really don't give a fuck who watches my videos. But the moment they start causing problems, that's when they get fucking yeeted from the stream. You know what I mean? Because you can't really stop everybody from watching your videos. And a weird thing that I noticed is, I'm sure you probably noticed it too, Yeetus. More and more women are watching this type of content. Now, are they curious? I don't really get why.
Because we are one of the only groups in society that's calling them out, and our content is getting very popular, especially among the young men. Oh, yeah, and the recession as well, right? So yeah, let's put that out there.
Yeah, because I always thought that was weird. Anytime I tried to tell a woman semi-red pills in my real life, it's always like, oh, you hate women and who hurt you. And then when I noticed, they started coming to my channel and other people's channels too. I'm like, I don't get it. Like I don't care if they do, sure, watch, but.
I just bust them all so I don't have to even think about it. Because every time you get a woman in a man's space, they cause drama.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Just like
look at all the great fraternal organizations that used to be out there doing good work. There's barely any fraternal organizations anymore. The Shriner Hospital is about the last one.
But it's only a matter of time.
And that's because they've had to, include women and all that stuff. Rotary Club is gone. The Oddfellows Club is gone. The Moose Club is gone. Men don't have places to go anymore to get away from this stuff. And that's kind of, my grandfather was an Oddfellow. My father was a Rotary. And I didn't have that. Those places were gone because they'd been sued to let the women in. Here we have our own space on the internet, and here they come again. So I just get rid of all of them.
This is what Bill Burr said, though. Bill Burr. They don't want their own shit. They want our shit. They don't want to get together themselves and build their own shit for the ground up. They want to take over things that were already established by men.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's a story where kids, the boys, they make a tree fort, and then the sister wants to play in the tree fort, and then the sister, the boys are like, no, go build your own tree fort. We built this one. And then she cries to the mom, and then she gets into their tree fort. And then basically once she gets into their tree fort, she's not happy and destroys it. I don't know. It's an old story. I heard
I say it all the time. This happens in the military all the time, especially if you're in non-combat roles. Well, not anymore, right? Because they allow women to combat roles. But before then, unless you're in combat roles, you will be working alongside with women in the military. It's very good comparison, childhood and military and just life in general. As soon as, right, then we're more curious about materials and building stuff. So once we build stuff, we're accomplished. Like, yeah, nice job. Let's go ahead and have fun and be boys, right? Of course, the girls or girl will come in like, oh, let us in, let us in. No girls allowed. We don't want you here. Go away. But once again, they'll cry to their authority at the time, right? Either it's their mom with their kids or the chain of command with their adults, right? Like, oh, why are you exiling her out? What are you doing, man? All of you are the same. All of you are soldiers at the end of the day. Okay, let her in. As soon as a woman is put into a group of nothing but men, the dynamic is destroyed forever. It is destroyed because whether you like it or not, right? I'm sure all of you gentlemen in the chat can agree. We cannot truly be guys when a woman's around. We can't. We can't, right? Because one or two guys are going to be sipping for her. The other guy,
others will be white knighting.
Yeah, white knighting. Yeah, there's the other guy that wants to actually talk about men shit, right? Like, you know how we do, right? We checking out the girls like, yeah, she's a 6. Yeah, I give her an 8.5. You can't do that when there's a woman in your group. And then, bam, it gets even worse. There's going to be fighting because, oh, no, she likes me, bro. No, she likes me. What are you talking about? And then on top of that, who knows if she wants to start any type of drama with her gossiping, manipulation, and hell, false accusations, lying. Damn. It gets worse and worse.
Kind of reminds me. So for like my main source of income, I work in a machine shop, and it's mainly guys, but we do have like a couple women. So we'll get like one girl that's halfway decent looking, and then we'll get another girl that's halfway decent looking, and they fucking hate each other and they fight. And I think it's because they're competing for the men in the shop, because anytime we had two women of similar age that were decent looking, always fucking drama, cat fight, bullshit. And they would always sleep with a lot of the dudes there too.
I'm gonna answer this right quick.
Typical.
Hold up. Steve, Yeetus, what are your thoughts on furries and femboys in the military? We're fucked. That's all I can say. We're fucked. There's nothing else you can say. Like, if I was the enemy, you really think I'm gonna be scared of a person that wants to wear makeup and a skirt and wants us to care about that person's feelings? Hell no. It'll be easy pickings. Why do you think China, and I think mainly China, but China and Russia, they're trying their best to suppress or even outright ban the alphabet community nonsense?
Well, it's pathetic. But you remember Bradley Manning?
Do I know? Yeah, he was on
Army intelligence.
Because I pretty much almost doxed myself. But yeah, I know who he is. I know who he is. He
cross-dressing freak, biggest fucking intelligence asset. He let all of our spies. He hung all of our spies out.
I know. Yeah, he's the biggest.
At least 60 people died because that cross-dressing faggot.
Careful, you don't want to get his channel in trouble.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But I know who you're talking about. He's the biggest espionage person within the last 20 years when it comes to releasing a shit ton of information.
Well, 30 years, but yeah.
Oh, dude, he's a person. Hold on a minute. He's a person they release the most information, especially through WikiLeaks, right? That's why a lot of people in the military, when that happened, they were not allowed whatsoever. They will be automatically like court-martialed.
You automatically lose your security clearance,
and you will be possibly thrown in jail if you even try to take a peek. Remember, the Army, you think they're not looking. The Army is the biggest big brother. Okay, they will always know. If you're a soldier, you try and do something illegal. Top secret information was released, gentlemen. That Chelsea, no, fuck that.
Chelsea used to be Bradley. Let's call him Bradley because that's how he was fucking born. He's still got the X and the Y chromosome.
Why is he still walking around? I don't know.
Because Obama let him out of jail.
Dude, things are getting so crazy. They were talking about at a school by where I live, putting fucking litter boxes in the school because kids were identifying as like furries and cats and shit. I think they fucking shut it down and they're not gonna, but like the fact that they were seriously considering it, come on now.
But at the end of the day, this pretty much proves my point when it comes to the military. The military, they're not worried about being the most lethal fighting force in the world, right? Because your main job at the end of the day is kill or be killed. You know, dodge bullets, but shoot back at them. That's it. We don't give a fuck about your feelings per se, unless you got serious mental health issues. And we don't give a fuck what you're going through. I don't care about your goddamn pronouns, but there's explosions going over my fucking head. I would not give a shit. I would not care. Like, get your ass in here.
You don't want to be carried out by a big booty Latinx?
Nah, fuck that. But I'm just saying, I don't want to be that person like, oh, hey, shoot that person 12 o'clock right now. Oh, he's 600 meters away and he's about to fucking do some goddamn Alu snack bar on our asses and suicide bomb us. But how dare you not call me by my gender fluid name? Oh my God, I will lose my shit. I will lose. Like, I'm telling you, it'll be bad. It'll be very bad.
They want you to go to jail if you misgender them, right?
You know, I'm pretty
sure in Canada you can get like locked up or something for that.
I'm not surprised.
If this crap had gone on during the first Gulf War, I guarantee you, whoever was raising the fit about the pronouns would have gotten fragged.
What's it called? They're already doing that thing where men and women should shower together. You know, that recently came out.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
That's definitely going to end well. Oh yeah, what a great plan. What a good idea fairy came and visited you, huh?
Well, I hope that they have birth control.
Nah, it's gonna be bad. That's all I can say about that. But when it comes to the man's hope factor and all that other stuff, gentlemen, it's inevitable. It's something that a man cannot resist for the most part, right? As soon as he gets a little hello from a feminine girl, all of a sudden everything that he learned on my channel and other channels, he's like, nah, fuck that. Oh my God, I've never been so brainwashed in my life. I found the one. I knew they were wrong. I knew Yeetus was wrong. How dare he be a cultist? Like what? Okay, hold up. like you know about the bait and switch, right? No, you do the bait and switch.
And then they sniff 300-pound land whale underwear.
But in all seriousness, Ben and True Blood, anything else to say to the Warband when it comes to the topic or anything else?
Remember your red pills. If you can't remember them, watch Sir Yeetus' daily dose of red pill. It'll keep you honest. It'll keep you true. It'll keep you sane. And watch my channel tonight at 9 o'clock.
Oh yeah. Do you have your link?
Yeah, I can shill it after I get out of here.
Okay, too easy, man. Hey, thanks for joining in Puniti.
Puniti.
All right. So Herman, I didn't get to you when it comes to the hope factor. Do you think that's a huge issue when it comes to men in general? I say men in general, that's something that men struggle with.
I actually had a question on the carbon copies. Is that like female hive mind, or like what do you mean by that?
Pretty much the female hive mind, to the point where, well, yes and no. The female hive mind is part of it, but when it comes to you deal with women long enough, and on top of learning, you know, the red pill, you be able to easily see the bullshit like right away, right? You're not distracted by the makeup or the tatas up in your face. You can easily, within seconds.
Oh, dude, ever since I've taken the red pill, it's like wearing the glasses from They Live. I see all the fucking tricks, all the manipulation, fucking all the red flags before she even says hi to me. It's like I can just sniff out, oh, you're a single mother. 3 bastard children, blue hair, nose ring. Nope.
Yeah, agreed. Right, the red flags were always going to be there, always. Right, whether you're red pill or not, you should know the red flags are there.
Yeah, but we gotta admit, when we were blue pill, the red flags were harder to see. And then I know, like, there are so many red flags, dude, that I just like didn't acknowledge when I was blue pill, and now that I'm red pill, I would never let that go.
Yeah, at the end of the day, the people that are trying to infiltrate the manosphere, they're just trying to change the definition, pretty much. They're trying to make themselves look good and make us look like we're fucking crazy. But they're only attacking people, right? They're not attacking the argument. That not once I had a true liberal or feminist or male feminist or whatever it is come up into the space and give legitimate reasons on why what we're saying is wrong. Not once.
Well, yeah, because they act on feelings and emotion, and we come from facts. And it's to the point, man, you can't even argue with these people because it's just like a huge waste of time, and you're just going to get a massive headache. Because, like, I'd say 90% of them are stuck in their ways to where you could show them all the facts, all the evidence, and they just won't fucking wake up. Like, I'll use my my dad, for example. Like, I was trying to, like, we were like talking about something, and it kind of got red pill related. And I was trying to like point out like the stats on single mothers, and he just wouldn't listen to me. And I'm like, all right, I fucking give up. And it's not like I gave up because I like was wrong. I just gave up because there's no fucking, like, I could point out every single fact and statistic, and it just would be a waste of my time.
Yeah, that's why I don't really bother explaining to my parents, because first time in human history, they can't relate. Like married people, especially your parents, they cannot comprehend or relate to what's going on out here. So it's no point in explaining whatsoever.
Yeah, me and Gray actually kind of talked about this on one of his first streams, and like, you know, like blue pill parents, like when they ask you, oh, why won't you get married and stuff, they don't get it, man. They still think things are like 60, 70 years ago. They don't realize social media and smartphones and everything have pretty much destroyed women. Like, unless you're going somewhere and finding like a nice little Amish girl, you're kind of fucked.
I completely agree 1,000,000%. But do you have anything else to say to the Warband before I move on?
Nope, I'm about to head out to the gym anyways. Keep up the good work, dude.
No problem, man. What were you working on again? I didn't see your comment.
I'm doing a upper body workout today, so I'm doing kind of like a upper lower split, but the upper split is like mainly calisthenics, and the lower split is like squats and trap bar, deadlift, and a few other leg exercises. But today I'm doing 100 dips, 100 chin ups, 200 push ups, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of weights after. So
Let's get it. Make sure you already took your pre-workout, right?
oh yeah, I was sipping on it while Brandon was talking.
All right.
Lit free workout.
All right, good. But hey, man, thanks for joining and enjoy your workout. Puniti.
Yep, doing UT. See it, man.
Peace out. So before I get to the last 2-3 callers, final show, if you want to support your boy Sir Yeetus in the Warband, the 2 links on top of the chat, Cash App and PayPal, are the best possible ways to donate because the money goes directly to me. But you can also super chat or super thanks. Okay, but if you can't donate, it doesn't matter. Just continue to listen to the ramblings, okay? But all donations are greatly appreciated, especially the ones that happened a couple of days ago. Once again, I gave the family of my deceased friend the package. It's going to be a nice portrait of my deceased friend. Thanks to you guys' donation that day. It looks awesome. It has a gold outline, and the painting looks on point. Or it's probably just some computer generated thing where it looks like a painting. But regardless, I know his family is going to love it, and I can't wait to see their faces, because his funeral will be next week. So if you guys don't hear from me from a day or two, you know why. But that's why I appreciate you guys supporting the channel, right? You guys even have to donate if you guys hook me up. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and add Richard. What's going on, Richard?
Hey, not much, man. Hope you're doing good.
I'm doing great. Do you have anything to say about today's topic?
Yeah, I mean, just like in general, I just want to tell like everybody out there, and you guys go over this all the time pretty much, but you know, every generation, well, not every generation, but there are times where, you know, men just have to get, like the majority of men in like given situation just has to go through some shit. And you know, whether it's like a world war or whether it's like a famine or like a Great Depression, whatever the case may be, like it's bound to happen at some point in time. And like they had to deal with, you know, again, like wars or famine. We just have to deal with this social aspect. And like at least like, you know, we're in a situation where we can, you know, have, you know, a roof over our heads and eat, you know, whenever we need to and all that sort of good stuff. So that's something to definitely be thankful for, and, you know, go to the gym, work out, you know, build ourselves up. So that's something to definitely be thankful for. And, you know, I just want people to always remember that, like, we still have the capability to better ourselves. And you guys always tell us that. It's just this whole social situation that we have with females going on right now. You know, it's not going to last forever. Like, it can't. It's all built on lies. Like, anything built on lies will collapse. It is bound to collapse. That's why like the Soviet Union collapsed the way that it did, because it was all built on lies, and it eventually collapsed. And, you know, Eastern Europe had to go through a very hard time, you know, afterwards because of that. So, you know, again, it can be blackpilling, but, you know, again, just be thankful for the things that we do have, you know.
I agree 1,000,000%, man. I will address that in a bit. I got something to say about what you just said. But before that, channel once again, generous 50 New Zealand dollar donation. He says, your friend, Warband, it is what it be. I'm telling you, this is a generous donation you gave. And when it comes to this this money, I'm gonna see with the next portrait I'm gonna do. Not the portrait, the animation I'm gonna see if I can add a little Easter egg that will remind me of my friend. I think that would be a good investment. There's already 2 animations on their way this week, so be on the lookout for that. But once again, channel, you are very generous. Also, there's a donation from PayPal. Let me see if I can figure out the name. Hold up. Bam. See, it's the right one. Oh, I guess it's just a donation, but hey, thank you very much. Thank you. Where's it at? There we go. I'm only going to call you SS. I don't want to say your real name, but thank you very much for the PayPal donations. All donations are appreciated. Once again, PayPal and Cash App are the best ways to donate because it'll go to me directly. I don't have to wait once a month. Thanks, Google. I don't have to wait once a month to get the money. But you guys, I'm telling you, I appreciate every single one of you. It gives me the motivation to keep going. But Richard, what you just said before, when it comes to the social dynamics between men and women in 2022, do you think it's because the powers to be, or do you believe it's pretty much we let it happen as average men?
I mean, like that's. I mean, I think it's a combination. I mean, it's such a complex issue. I think. I mean, because I'm religious. I mean, it could be that. Well, like here's the thing. So, I can definitely see it to where like people would think, and I do think this to a degree, that it is engineered. You know, that because I mean the people that are engineering this, or that, you know, that control the media, that control entertainment, all that sort of good stuff. I mean, I would have to think that they would have like some kind of, knowledge as far as like what kind of effect this will have on people. I mean, ever since media was created, the powers that be that create it know what kind of, effect it'll have on people. But the thing is that, I mean, obviously enough, the elites, whoever they may be, as shadowy as they are, I would think that if they knew that this would lead to ruin, which it is, I mean, our society is like collapsing. I would just think that, but my counter to that though is that like the elites are going to get their power regardless, whether society is collapsing or if we're doing great. Like even if we're doing great, everything's hunky dory and all that sort of good stuff. The elites are going to get their money. They're going to get their power regardless of which. I just don't know. I'm just not 100% convinced it's engineered this way to destroy us, because if anything, I would think they would invest in a more sustainable, in a sustainable social dynamic that would keep us going, that would keep us prosperous, all that good stuff. So that way they have a more sustainable, income coming from us, coming from our labor, coming from all that stuff. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I completely agree. This is why I'm like, you know what? This has been a big talk for the last couple of weeks, especially on my channel, of
Mhm.
who is truly, behind the current decay of society. Is it 100% of the blame of the few people in power? Is it 100% of the blame of the average men not standing up and pushing back against this gynocentric system? Or is it a combination of both, like you just said?
Right. So, I mean, it's like, I don't know if you're like all that religious, or if the chat's very religious. So sorry. I mean, I won't go too much of a tangent to it, but I mean, just maybe just like the rejection of God as a society, like not having God in schools, not having, like, barely ever having it in any kind of like popular media. Like even if you look back at the media, back in like the 50s through 80s, what all that sort of good stuff, there wasn't really that much mention of Christianity in it or any type of like religion per se, but I mean it was still there. Like, you could still see, good characters of strong moral fabric, like there was some kind of hint that they were religious, whether they went to church or were crucifix, whatever the case may be. There was something in there that kind of planted in people's heads, like, okay, this person's religious, so maybe I should do the same thing. But now all that's gone. Like that is completely gone from all media, like from pretty much everything, right? And I don't know, man. Like I tend to think that just the rejection of God and just like a higher authority that's over us. It's almost like we're just saying like, oh, well, even though this higher authority literally gave us the blueprint for a prosperous society, we know better. We don't need that. We can do without it. So it just seems like ever since that started to take place, where that was all removed from society, on like a social aspect, like that's like whenever it really started to accelerate.
Okay. I'm definitely going to be putting out a poll right now. I'm curious what the chat has to say. Let's see. Is the absence of religion a big factor? Yeah, pretty much. It doesn't sound right, but you guys get the gist. Okay. I just put up the poll just now. It should pop up soon. So the question is, chat, is the absence of religion a big factor of the decaying of society? So pretty much, is the absence of religion in everyday life, I'm talking about in every household, all right, or pretty much a religious community in general, where they go to church on Sundays, they pray, they read the Bible, they practice the values and virtues of what Jesus says, or Yahweh, or God, or Allah, whatever it is the absence of religion, or the priority of religion that's so low, in today's society? Is that a factor, and does that contribute to the decaying of society? So that's a pretty interesting question. I want to check it out. Oh hell yeah!
Yeah. So I mean, like I mentioned, I don't want this to get, because I don't want this to turn into like a religious debate. I know that's not really what you do here or anything like that. It's just, it's just my, because again, I try to be religious as much as I can. I pray before I eat, all that sort of good stuff. And, I do fear a hell, most definitely. And I do fear God. And so and I always have, I went to a private Catholic school and all that good stuff, but it just, I don't know. That's just, I just like can't help but, I just can't help but notice that ever since that has been removed almost completely from society, it just seems like this devolved nature of people that we're witnessing is just like accelerating. Like people are so impulsive. That's why we have like all this debt. There's no prudence. There's no looking after towards like the future generations, because that used to be big. Like you looking after, your offspring and making sure that their offspring and offspring after that were in good hands as well. And I think like religion is like a good driving force behind that as well.
Okay, and don't worry about it. We talked about religion a couple of times before, to the point where there will be a part 2 of philosophy versus religion tomorrow, because I did say there would be a part 2 on that, and that never happened. And this is a perfect opportunity to bring it back, right? Because philosophy and religion, they're very similar, but at the same time they're different. So it'll be a good conversation.
For sure, man, for sure. Well, either way though, sir, I appreciate you bringing on me here, and I'll throw some shekels your way, most definitely. So you said which is the best one to go through? You said PayPal.
Shilling time. Okay, so when it comes to donating to your boys here at Yeetus in support of the Warband, the best 2 possible ways to donate is the links on top of the chat, PayPal or Cash App, because the money goes directly to me. If you decide to do the super thanks or super chat, I have to wait until the end of every month to even touch the money. So that's the best way, Cash App and PayPal, because immediately it goes to me and I'm able to use it to get more art. So
okay, and like to all the haters out there, no, Yeetus did not twist my arm before I came on to shield the PayPal. Okay, so
yeah, I didn't twist his arm whatsoever. No. Well, why would I do that? Me, a respected member of the community, will ever insinuate to get to that point.
I got you, man. But like I mentioned, I'll hit you up on PayPal. And again, thanks for everything that you do. And again, guys, ever since I started going to the gym 4 months ago, it's made a world of difference. Just my everyday life and just outlook on life in general. So if you're not going, definitely start. So again, thanks for having me on, sir. Keep doing what you're doing. God bless.
Hey, same here, man. Keep getting them gains.
Will do. Yes, sir.
Peace. What a chill guy. That's a very chill guy. He is very clear-headed on what he wants to talk about and what he believes in. That's a man that I'll respect. Okay, that is definitely a man that is not afraid to speak his mind and put his foot down. Right, even if there's a couple of differences or a couple of opinions I have differently of what we just talked about. Hey, he explained perfectly on why he sees things that way. I can respect that. He didn't go straight to, oh, you goddamn skeleton incel with your flaming stupid head and your itty bitty green eyes. No, he gave a very good logical conversation. I like that guy. I like Richard. But let me go to the poll right quick because I'm going to add Jiraiya And then Francis will be last because I want to say Francis for last. All right, where is it? Where is it? Oh man, you guys got okay. Here we go. So when it comes to the question, you guys pretty much said by fan, it's not the absence of religion; it's a replacement of it with scientism. So what do you mean by that, fan? Can you elaborate what you mean by that? Because it can go a couple ways. What I'm thinking about right now. Because are you saying because science has more sway when it comes to how things should be or are, right? Because when it comes to science, right, their argument could be like, oh, everything is just theories for the most part, so you can still be wrong regardless, or some like crazy wokeism shit. Pragmatic man, he says, and this is towards a question to the poll. He says, no, it is a lack of patriarchal values. Pragmatic man, what do you mean by that? Because from what I get from this is there's no leadership in the household. There's no leadership in society in general, right? Or I wouldn't say there isn't enough male leaders that can guide their family or their community down the right path. So, let me know if you can elaborate. NPC, he's like, yes. In your, he says yes in the poll, yes. And Plan B says wokeism is a new religion, and I cannot disagree with you on that one. I cannot disagree with you whatsoever. And the wokeism is pretty much, I'm right, you're wrong, because I feel like you're wrong, so I'm right. That pretty much the summary of the wokeism Bible. Also, a fan says it's the absence of the father. I agree. That's also a big factor on why society is decaying. The absence of a strong male leader in the household that is not. They won't hesitate, right? Because men, we usually don't hesitate to establish order and actually tell your kids and the wife what they're doing is wrong, what they're doing is right. This is how things should go, because I want you to be a productive member of society, right? To your kids, I want you guys to be productive members. Or to the wife, hey, if we want to have a happy relationship, this is what I want out of you. Just like how you want resources out of me, this is what I expect of you. And the expectations, I guarantee you, 9 times out of 10 are a lot lower than what a woman expects out of a man. All right. Dom, he says rejection of God. Agreed. If you claim that you're a certain religion and yet you do literally nothing or just a little bit of what you're supposed to do according to your religion, then yeah, you're pretty much outright rejecting God's word, right? Because God pretty much created the Bible, right? That's his words, and you're just outright rejecting it. So, Dom, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Let me keep going down because I'm going to miss a lot of comments. Pragmatic man, bad when religion and philosophy were separated. Bad when religion was separated, it was better. So you're saying when religion and philosophy was separated, that's when it was better. Okay. Let's keep going. Okay. Bam. All right, we're pretty much good. That 20th century guy, a person without religion is like a person without a father. I agree a million percent. Because once again, how a father established order, established rules, established the morals and ethics of the household is no different than religion. No different whatsoever. But okay, I read a good amount of comments. Let me go ahead and add in Jiraiya. What's going on?
Yo, can you hear me? All good?
Yes, I can definitely hear you.
Awesome. Thanks for letting me join.
No
It's an
problem.
honor
man.
to be on Yeetus' show.
Hey, it's all good. Hey, I'm just here speaking the truth about plenty of things, and you guys can
First of
agree.
all, before I begin, I wanted to apologize before the whole of the Warband. We had Croaky in, and he's an embarrassment to all toads. So let me apologize, and on behalf of all toads, not all of us are like Croaky. So
Fuck that guy. But
yeah, we don't think it's acceptable for a man, if you're truly masculine, to wear a dress and suck dick. I don't know. That's kind of strange, to be honest. So
what's your opinion on the topic?
well, I think if we're looking at like the people talk about the NPC meme all the time, in my opinion, there is no greater NPC than a woman because she has no like capacity for critical or logical thinking. She only goes with like what's popular. You know, if tomorrow it's going to be popular that you have to be a tradcon and suddenly all the liberals are bad, you're going to like see all of them tomorrow. Oh, I'm a good wife. I'm going to be preggers, by you, and they're going to forget all of their blue-haired like strong independent woman shtick. So I don't believe that women, people say, oh, women in the red pill or women in conservative movements, like they can't. They're basically a huge opportunist, in my opinion, because they're like Lauren Southern. They're there just to flash their tatas and then get paid, and that's it. So
Hey,
there is no greater, I think, like there is no greater grifter than a woman. Like we talk about Jack the Cuck Murphy or Richard the Pooper Scooper Cooper, women are legitimately worse because they don't actually have an opinion. They're just there just to get money from vulnerable men who are basically thinking of killing themselves, because they're so beaten down by society. But instead they're like, oh yeah, I'll give you this quote unquote advice that's not actually going to make your life any better. So
hey man, you're not wrong. But do you have anything else to say to the Warband?
no, just thanks for having me on, and thank you for your work and for the fact that you keep like inspiring young men to be better. I think it's great. Thanks again, Yeetus.
Why, thank you, man. Thank you very much. Puniti.
Puniti.
Whew, I can barely keep up with him. Goddamn. But he is definitely not wrong with what he said. He's definitely not wrong. But I'm going to add one more person. And before this last person, once again, very last show, support your boy Sir Yeetus and the Warband, Cash App, and PayPal. 2 links on top of the chat. Best way to donate because the money goes directly to me. But you can also do what Channel did and everybody else did. You can also do super thanks or super chat. Any donation is appreciated. Thank you very much. Today was a great stream. This was a phenomenal stream. Okay, a great turnout. I thought that we won't really get anywhere really, but you guys actually had a great conversation with me today. Great engagement, great participation. What's going on, Francis?
Hey, so how are you, brother? I'm not in character today, so just normal. Sometimes I come in. Look, Brandon Trueblood, I have a lot of respect for him, but I've just been on another stream, and it was Good Mother's stream, and I have a lot of respect for Brandon. I know that female nature is what it is. I know all about that. But so far, I haven't seen any things. Also, I understand females invading male spaces. In fact, Paul Elam did a poem by a guy who actually, unfortunately, yeeted himself. He was an African American too, whatever, tanned, good, nice skin. That was so many years ago, and it was like all his spaces were cloistered. It got smaller and smaller and smaller now, but you can smell when the chameleons come in. So it's not hard to pull the wool over some of our. It's not easy. Sorry, to pull the wool over some of our eyes. It's so easy once you've
agreed. But I was told that it was mainly behind the scene thing, so I don't know the entire story. this supposed bullying that's happening, right? Allegedly, because
Okay.
everybody deserves due process, right? I got to get the proof before I make any conclusions. But that's pretty much all I know at the moment. I don't know if there's any bullying or not, but it's something interesting to think about because it does still prove our point, right? The good mother thing, that's a different story, right? Because I don't know if it's happy or not, but I'm not surprised if it does happen. I'm not surprised
Right.
whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, I'm certainly keeping my eye to the grill on that one. And Richard had some good points, but I had to go and get a bit of beer, not beer. But no, he had some good points. He was looking for some sort of universal moral compass of, why do we do the things we do? What would be what ought we to do, and what ought we not to do? And you and Gray have had some great conversations on these things as well, a lot. And some of us are agnostic, some of us are not. Some are religious. The last guy, Richard, he had some good points. Also, Gallant had some good points too. I think there is a rift. I do also know that Success Pool has come in, talking about the generation gaps and differences and stuff. I think we've all put up with the same sorts of things. So I do think this sphere belongs to us. It belongs to men, and that's why I'm here, and that's why many other people are here. And so I think we should protect it, but we should also be discerning and also make sure we don't have hate in our hearts for females. Females are females. They'll never love you. This was a TFM classic from way back when. She'll never love you. That's just normal. You could equivocate it to Eve, or you could equivocate it to mitochondrial Eve. We were looking at that tonight. By the way, Yeet, I mentioned you and RPM. I don't know if you know RPM, but I said because Good Mother was talking to maybe it was a panel of 5. I don't know, but she kept her cool and all and this and that. Look, I understand female. I understand my sister's nature and my mother's nature. So it'll never go. Once you've taken that pill, once you've absorbed it, it's not you, but once people have absorbed it. But I said, look, well, get Yeet on and get RPM on. No, because you guys are, tanned people, darker people. So I thought, and these sisters but they hit her hard. They were really, it was like and you've seen all these cluster, bro, I've been in there when you've been cluster effed by that bitch. What was her name? Melanin? I can't remember her name. And you were starting to lose your bottle, mate.
Oh yeah, that bossy bitch.
Sorry.
Whatever her name was.
Yeah, sorry to swear. But yeah, I remember there, and I've seen a lot of these things. So, but brother, I shouldn't keep you. But yeah, I guess what Richard was saying is that if we have a standard of ethics, what is it based on? Because let's say I was born a raving psychopath, like I just wanted to kill people, which I don't. But let's assume that I was some sort of not Charles Manson. Let's say I don't know, whoever, one of the psychopaths just wanted to kill. Well, what standard could I appeal to outside of materialism and naturalism? This is, once again, Gray is not here, and Gray is a very smart thinker. But what standard could I appeal to not act on those impulses that I had? Just like anything, like having going with a woman or whatever. I couldn't appeal to anything higher than something. Now, it could be the Bible, but the Bible is recorded. We're getting lost in the weeds. I don't want to make your channel like that. So all I'm saying is that, look, Yeet, Sir Yeet, my brother, bless you, mate, praise you. And look, if you do a philosophy and religion again with Gray part 2 or part 3, and when look, Chronic, he's dropping the chain. He's dropping it. He's not doing his Sunday mornings and stuff. But anyway, I'm quite happy. But just saying, I've lost my train of thought. Sorry.
No, it's all good, man. I get the gist what you were just trying to say. I get it.
Yeah.
How you say, yeah, it's kind of interesting how they don't that there's no invitation for actual content creators of the sphere, to actually go and talk to people like Good Mother or other, quote unquote female red pill creators. And they don't invite people like us. I don't know why.
They are afraid of us. They're afraid of Chronic, Hammer, yourself. They're afraid of Gray. They're afraid of a lot of people in the sphere, because this is why we always say, especially on Chronic stream, haters call in. Success, that they're afraid of a lot of people, because, well, the thing is, I watched that whole script. It was disgusting. Not disgusting. It was so torturous to me, because I had to watch 3 hours of it, and I thought, okay, I might as well have a cigarette and watch 3 hours of this thing. And they didn't address any of the points, any of the facts, any of the evidence, and that's why they're afraid to call in. And I've watched a lot of people hit a lot of our, the people in the Warband and our brotherhood in our big sphere here.
Yeah.
And they can't address the facts. They can't address facts. And all they use is rhetoric. Seen that with a lot of people. And it just, after a while, you think, what's the point? Would you, I think a debate is basically best for the people listening to the debate, as opposed to the people debating themselves. If you have Christopher Hitchens talking to Dinesh D'Souza, someone like that, they're not debating to try and convince each other of their points. They're saying, look, this is my argument. I'm putting it forward to an audience of 1,000 people, 10,000 people, and the opponent will say, this is my argument. I'm putting it forward to and I'll convince who I want. So, and whoever is amenable to the argument. That never happens. I'm very proud of Chronic, because he keeps himself well. I am a bit different. You yourself are a bit different, and you're a man, from thing.
Well,
we get a little bit emotional.
When somebody starts calling me racial slurs, that's the line.
Oh yeah.
You need to relax.
Yeah, I know.
And
Hey,
this works. I lost my shit
good...
because she was the same skin color as me. I was like, what the fuck?
The good thing though, you've got you're one of the commanders. You've got a whole lot of bulldogs and warriors behind you who are got your back. They fucking, excuse my language, but they can come up and say, hey, if I could write out a list of things, and I could eat their breakfasts, I reckon. But I'm the same as you. I'm a little bit impulsive, a little bit. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll admit that. I do jump the gun at times when I'm heated. So yeah, I can't deny that. But hey, Francis, anything else to say to the Warband?
You have a whole Warband behind you, brother. God bless you, brother, and peace out. Or bless you and peace out. And I'll leave now, brother.
Thanks.
Okay.
Man. ET.
See you, brother. Take care.
Oh, damn it! Come on, Francis. You were too late. I didn't mean to cut you off. Did not mean to cut you off. But hey, everybody. This was a very successful stream. I definitely enjoyed it. Definitely a good amount of conversation we had. A lot more than I expected, honestly. A lot more. And I'm going to check out the poll. So out of 85 votes, is the absence of religion a big factor when it comes to the decaying of society? 89% of you guys said yes. 11% of you guys say no. So I know there's other factors when it comes to why society is slowly going down to degeneracy. Well, we're already there, right? But why it's getting even worse, I say a big factor is literally the absence of religion. Because religion, at the end of the day, is a form of expectations, is a form of discipline, a form of rules that the father is expected to practice. I'm talking about the father of the household. The father is expected to practice and uphold within his own family. So it's pretty reasonable to say that religion is a big factor. The absence of religion. But hey, thank you guys very much for stopping by. It's around 2 hours. Also, thank you everybody that donated today. generous donations. Once again, you guys do not play when it comes to helping out the Warband. And here's one more thing before I head out. When it comes to the super chats, right? I know a couple of you guys do donate outside of the live streams. Don't worry. When the next live stream comes in, I will address your super chats right away. So it's not like I'm ignoring you. It's not. I'm not ignoring you whatsoever. So, all right. Expect a live stream tomorrow. Hopefully, Gray's able to make it because right now he's currently resting. And best believe it will be a philosophy versus religion part 2. This is Sir Yeetus. Hopefully, you guys had a shit ton of gems dropped on you today. I don't know what other Warband member is going to be streaming tonight, but be on the lookout. But besides that, I am out. Peace.